people. Welcome to episode 4 of Project Phil. As you can see, Joe's doing some wet sanding with some, 600 grit. We have our spray bottles out, have our wiping rags out. This is the last step before the clear. One of you guys asked earlier, hey, I don't know much about painting. Looks like you're just, rubbing off all that great work and time. And yes, you can be happy with it like that, but with this flake stuff, it kind of...
You run your hand over it, it'll feel like superfine sandpaper.
Yeah.
Or almost...
And that will show up in the reflection and the shine of the paint unless you bust it down somewhat, so that's why we're...
Making it flat.
Making it flat. So it'll look like a mirror. Now, you can't get away with it doing it on the paint. And most of the other episodes of Bethel Brothers Hot Rod... Bethel Brothers Hot Rod... we never use clear. In fact, besides this one, it was Project Blazer was the only other one that got one. But it's almost done. It's a long, tedious task. And there's always some other place you forgot. So it's still shiny. The 600 grit somewhat polishes it, but also just makes it so nice and smooth and awesome. And that's why we do it. I know it doesn't make sense. It doesn't look like it makes sense, but trust me, it does. Especially when you do it. So... there won't be too much to this, just lots of that. See what he's doing? Long, smooth strokes. For more information on doing this, please see Surf's Up when Big Z tells Cody how to carve a surfboard. It's an animated show. You should watch it. Long, smooth strokes, Code. So Joe's going around doing the last of the touchy-feely. Do I feel anything other than this ultimate smoothness I've ever felt in my entire life? Yeah, so he's going around doing some of that. After that, then there's going to be some clear coat spraying, and then there'll be some check it out, we're done.
Some pay me.
Some pay me, yep. Get ready. Look at the shine even in the sanded paint, yep. Alright, there's some of the first coat of the clear. Reflection action scene, yeah. Doing some wipe down. Going to buff it with some 3M pads. This is extremely smooth now, and instead of going with a super high grit, like 800 grit sandpaper or something, we're just going to lightly scuff it and then do it again. Give it some layers so that wet sanding and the buffing can happen, which won't really happen in this cold now, but later. You know what I mean? So did a good job. It's not easy, especially when it's cold in the winter time. Y'all know what happens. Look at that, I'll even get right up on it. There you go. Now you can see some of the fleck, right? It's showing up on the camera for once.
Everybody are all laughing. Yeah, real cold in California, man.
No, it's cold here right now.
Oh, yeah.
It is, right?
It ain't like Wisconsin.
It's not Wisconsin, it's not snow and stuff, but it's kind of, there's a lot of humidity and it's cold. You got to put on your long johns. See, there he goes with the scuffy pad. Show him the pad. Ta-da! 3M pad.
No, it's Norton.
Norton.
The same one that you like.
Oh, the non-clogular. There you go. That's a good company, man. These guys know their stuff when it comes to sanding. It'll be the one piece of paper that will survive all the others in your sandpaper box or sandpaper drawer where you throw all your, This stuff's always the last one in there. That's how I know it's the awesomest. It's the only one that lasts. So, the sanding is now complete with the 3M pads from Norton. Don't even plug that damn thing in. Yeah. Anyway, did a buff spot over here. This stuff takes a while to cure all the way through. So, there's not going to be a lot of buffing going on. But it does buff out, and it's super shiny. We're going to coat it here pretty quick, and then we'll be back to show you the end result of the whole thing being done on Project freaking Phillip. Except for him coming over and getting it. Yeah. Right? Shut your mouth. Alright, people, the second coat is on. Still drying. There's some wet spots. Got to sand out. There's a bad one. But the rest of it, you can start seeing more of that deep shine coming through. Wang, chung. I don't know if that helps you see it any better, but it's pretty shiny now. We're going to do a couple more coats, just so it's got a real deep shine to it. There's a good example of the shiny. pretty deep, and it's making the blue a darker color too. I know it doesn't show right there, it's just because of the light on the camera, but it's pretty dark. I was calling it Superman blue. It's just gonna keep getting shinier. The more you rub it down with the sandy stuff, the better it looks. On Project Phillip, look at that shine coming in right there. Look at that. Philip's gonna like that. Alright, people. It's not dry, but this is like the third coat of clear. And man, is it getting shiny, I gotta tell you what. We're actually out of material, and I'm chewing on a mint while Joey goes and gets some more clear. But yeah, one more coat, man, and this thing is done. It's got a lot of good shine in it. I'm wearing this stupid orange shirt, and you can totally see it. The folds, right? That's with no sanding so far. This is gonna get buffed up one more time, and then shot again. But that's it, dudes. Do that, people. Alright, people. This is the following day. The clear is dry, and you can tell that there's shine in it. But there's also these little foggy points. See them? There was one. Whew, right there. Right there. They're everywhere, actually. There's one. It's kind of hard with clear not to get fog on it. Especially like if you start, we would start on the roof, go down this backside, hit this, chase that, get up in here, and then do the hood.
Meanwhile, 50 degrees.
Meanwhile, it's 50 degrees, and when you'd shoot, like right here, there's a foggy point. It happens when the dust of the spray goes up over it, and you're like, God, you could chase it for a million years, and you're still never going to get it. Well, you might, if you're lucky.
If you're lucky.
Anyway,
Perfect storm.
We're going over it aggressively with our 3M pads. Other guys use 1500 and 2000 grit. You can do that.
Scuff pad.
But they don't really have that at hardware stores, and it's expensive at the paint shops. Oh, the scuff pad is simulating that.
Either the 000 or quadruple 0. Scuff pad.
Right. You want it fine. The finer it is,
Don't get a number 1 or just a 0.
it's going to take for days. So
No, it'll scratch it way up.
right, I just mean by using the ones we are, it takes forever.
Yeah, better to
So when you get to the fog point, you just rub until you see it gone, and then you go over it with some polish, and we'll show you what we're doing. We can't find the mechanical polisher, so we're doing it old school by hand.
It's somewhere.
You can do it by hand. You can. Or by finger. The finger.
Just depends on how good you're with your hand or your finger.
Yeah. Sir, you good with your hands and your fingers and your arms? Because they're going to be sore by the time this is done.
No comment.
No coming. Yeah. Alright, people. The sanding's done, and we got some
Rubbing compound.
rubbing compound on here. Some very fine particulate matter, okay? It comes in a variety of different grits. You can get rough ones.
This is more for glass and plexiglass.
Yeah, but you can see the shine underneath it, right? Which is double of what it was before. So we're going to wipe all this stuff down because it's all hazy. Again, it does wipe down. And the whole thing's been sanded. Just remember where I showed you the fog spots, and then if you have to, you can go back and look. But this is pretty good. So there you have it, people. Come back and give you a shine look, and then we'll call Phillip. There it is, people. Joe, walk down this way. See the orange shirt reflection of Joe in the truck? So yeah, little hand polishing never hurt anybody. Comes up pretty shiny. There's a couple rough spots that need to be buffed out by a real buffer, but there you go. We don't do buffing. It's too easy to screw up the paint, and I would screw up the paint personally. I ain't gonna lie. But it's pretty shiny, huh? Look at that. Whoosh. So we gotta hook up the bumper and the tail lights and the windshield wipers and call Phillip, and that's it. And there it is, ladies and gentlemen.
It's sexy. Okay. I'm seeing something there.
Boy, there is a lot of shine in it, though. There he goes, kids. Done with Project Phillip. He liked it. Alright, people, you saw it. We actually forgot a piece.
Oh, God. How do you
So we gotta shoot that. I was looking at it too, so.
Did you? You saw that?
I was looking at it like, I wonder if we're supposed to paint that.
You fucking sped.
There you go, people. Thanks for tuning in and watching Bethel Brothers Hot Rod. Peace out, babies.